Okay, let's go. Talk again, Apple Seed, Masamune Shirow, Perspective, Breakdown, Part 2. So first, we'll make perspective grid. Yeah, so this kind of interesting. This example of what I tell last time. It's like vanishing point here is higher than horizon line. So we have this going here and this going here. So vanishing point is somewhere here, right? So it's if we look on buildings on this, like skyscrapers, like in this building behind this city line, horizon line must be somewhere here, but vanishing point is somewhere here. So correct if horizon line will be here. Other thing, it's this rooftop. It's like look, it's look like if horizon line is on the rooftop, same level with the rooftop, and here too, and here. So for some reason, Masamune Shirow, he have this kind of horizon line thing. It's like he don't use horizon line. So even like here we can see this thing. So let's follow like here, like even if like we take this this rooftop here. So vanishing point somewhere there. Vanishing point somewhere there. So and we look this roof, right? So it's same kind of thing, like we have this vanishing point on the left and vanishing point on the right. This is, it's a corner, it's the edge of a building. So, but they look like flat, right? So it's look like this horizon line here, because this vanishing point, this both sides, they're just on the same line. So it's here is horizon line, but then also here it's look like it's also like one line. Is no convergence here, and here same, also straight line, and here, and only here it start to have conversion like downwards. So and it's like so little convergence, so it's like according to this one, horizon line might be like somewhere here. So if we look again, okay, horizon line here, also horizon line here, also horizon line here and here, and here. So this one also look like, so if like in his perspective, his horizon line must be somewhere here. So he just ignore horizon line. That's my conclusion. So somehow, and the point here is like it's not like want to criticize like master and say like, oh my god, he don't know how to draw perspective. More, no, actual point here it's about how much freedom we have with the perspective rules. So like I never ever noticed before that here have any issues or any like um, broken rules. Um, it always looked like perfect perspective when actually it's like major thing like horizon line is totally like a drop over window. So I don't know, maybe it's like it seems for me like after compare him with other artists like Masamune Shirow with compared to like to Tsutomu Nihi, Katsuhiro Toma, and let's say Mobius. Um, it feels like Masamune Shirow he more like um, vehicles and this kind of prop artist. Like he draw amazingly like this kind of stuff, right? So all these concepts, and I think he used same approach for drawing space. So he just drawing this like volumetric elements um, was not considering it as like grounded in some vast space. He more focus on the objects themselves. So he drawing like he draws this like how's this thing called like a robot stuff. Same way he draw buildings and environments. So he draws them as um, objects, design objects in some kind of like virtual space instead of drawing like um, natural environment with constructions in natural environment. So you know what I mean? So it's like he doesn't even consider horizon line. He just drawing this kind of complex forms and make illusion of a space afterwards. So it's just my guess. I think this may be reason why we have this kind of horizon line situation. Because also, let's say, show you one more example. Yeah, here also. So here again, like this moving down and this moving up here. According to this like angle, horizon line is somewhere here. So according to this building, right, to this construction, horizon line must be here. But again, like whole city is below horizon line, which like it's kind of wrong, you know, because like this city line is should be somewhere about here, and these rooftops they will be like here. I mean, this kind of perspective, this kind of open roofs, the surface. So again, it's just yeah, just to notice, because how much important it's like design itself and this composition. It's more important than even some basic what foundational rules. Так. Так. Okay, so yeah, we can see here. You can see here have also some vertical lines. They tilted vertical lines. Here you see on the left, on the right, it's the tapering. So you can see something like this. So here's vertical. Here's go like this. So here I will break, now I have like perspective grid. Okay, I can also show this one little. Like this. And then next step is always make some arrangement, make this composition. What is most interesting here, it's how he makes this layer. So it's like if we have like a layered cake, let's say something like this, and have this some amount of layers, like 4 layer, right? And it's carved, so some layers in some places they will carved, let's say um, like this, then here. So here's kind of interesting skill to see each layer. So here, let's say this layer 3 here. And can say because some buildings they're like on a distance from each other, but they still have this same height with some other buildings. So let's say this one just here. So here I see like 1, 2, 3, about like 4 major layers, and then some kind of in in between some transition. So let's say this one just for example. Let's say something like this. And then let's taller building. So, and when we have like this major groups, then can be like more subtle carvings from them, or addition, like can put some more this kind of. Like elements. So point here you see it's like it's not on just like a kind of boxes in a space. They're more like it's more like a layers because it's so condensed here. All these constructions, they so much compressed together, so it looks like if different layers they've been just um, cut open, so you can see like lower layers below these layers. And or if you like add one more layer, you will also like consider it's like some kind of layer with same H, so this kind of group of objects on the same layer. So then you can also like adjust, make some fluctuations kind of on this group of objects. So here we have this building here. Let's also put helicopter, just composition. Two helicopters. Here. So one kind of element of composition here is this like city skyline. It's like I still before, it's something like on a far plane, and it's always pretty much flat. It's just like a pattern, just something like this, you know, just illusion of some stuff there on the far away. Так. Then here I have this. Так. This one here, so I can say this will be 1H. Then here it's like medium H. So I will use like this same H, I will put here. That's kind of there on the same H with this building. Then this one have little extension. So let's say this is like a ground here. Let's say it's like 0 H, 1 and 2. So 0 here, it's we can see road with the cars on this road. So so you see this kind of road, it's somewhere on between. So I use these major plants for have this like a scale, like a H scale on this landscape. It just helps to organize all these different H. So every time like when I draw some surface, I have like idea for myself on which level, like is it like this one, same level here with this one. And this is a ground level, so I have like this clear image of location and H, not only like in the distance from close to far, but also in like high and low. This kind of landscapes, this kind of environment is very important. It's like important part here. So number 3 H, this H is going to this building. So kind of keeping it in mind. So let's say boom, boom, boom. There's certain ways how I can. So like you know this kind of basic of perspective. So like have, let's say we have this box here. We have this box. On this H, and this box it's on a different H. It's like more low than this, and this box. So it's kind of tricky here. It's like it's on a так. No, I want to make it tricky, but no, I trick myself. Anyway, so it's let's say 3 different boxes, right, on a different H and a distance. How to draw one more box? Let's say same H with this box. So it's doing like this. Like we have these 2 lines following to vanishing point. So I choose on somewhere here. I will do like perpendicular line, and then I will say like okay, it will be here. So then I just drop it to vanishing point. So now we have same box, same H on a different place, and let's say I can do it here. Let's say here, and I can move it like here more behind. So it's like same H, they're connected. They're kind of connected. They're just like in a different distance, but in my head, kind of, I have this in mind, how they all connected with same surface. So like if they have this plan, kind of same plan for all of them. So let's say um, I can move it here, and now when I have same plan for all of them, I can like make hole, I can make cut from this plan. Same this one, like okay, like somewhere I can show how this h related to this h. So I will say maybe say I need to find somewhere where they will intersect. So in this intersection we'll connect them. So now they're related, and I can say like okay, it's like one box lower than this. Like it's like if we have this box h, same box one lower, and now it's this h for this box. So now I can transfer this h to somewhere else. So let's say here. So it's just important, so they somewhere they connected, so you know okay, now they're related, now they arranged. You can know okay, this one here, it's still like one box lower than this. So let's say this one same. I don't know what size these boxes related each other, so it's all totally up to me. So I can do like this. Um I can do like this. So I say okay. So now I know this box, it's like 3 box lower than this. So now I have 3 layers, like one layer, one second and third layer. So uh, I can add like any box. So and I can say for myself this is 3 layer, this is 2 level here, 2 layer here. So I just keep in mind on which levels they are. So I know this, it's same level with this. If I need somewhere to show it, I can do it. So kind of maybe it's too complicated. Maybe I explain not very clear. Like write me in the comments. I hope it's clear. It's like example of a very basic rule of this foundational basic rule, and how complex it when you apply when you use it for such landscape. So it's like very complex application. It's require like very versatile approach. Like you need to like really like look at from different angles. So it's like I say here, right? So like it's seemingly random boxes in a space, but now I make them connected to different levels. So it might be boxes, or it might be like plants. It might be boxes standing on the plan. So now when I establish plan, okay, I can put some another box which will be like standing on this plan, or I can uh, cut from this plan some kind of form, you know. So important idea here is just like when we practice basic foundational techniques in perspective, and we gain this like flexibility and fluency working with these techniques on a complex tasks. So like here is it's a basic techniques applies like 100 times, you know. So this kind of um, this how it works. This is actual work what is happening here and making this picture. It's like you don't learn any like magical tricks. You just train basic techniques and ad- like repeat it so many times so it's became like um, give you like um, advanced opportunities kind of when you can do like very complex combinations like that. Okay, so let's back here. This one, I can call it like 0 and 5 plan. So for this check out check it out. So this one I call one plan. This one it's a 0. This is ground with the cars. And this one is something like 0, 5 I call for myself. So this you see it's like very close to one level, one plan. Um, it's on the same plane here. Also this one, and looks like also whole this thing here. It's all on the same plane. You see how it works? So it's like we have this surface from which is cut this very interesting shape like this. So this is our surface. Mm, okay, let's say something like this. So then it might be like this. So, so this one look little higher here. This building. So at the beginning it's like it's very complicated to draw something like that, and I also like still kind of struggle it. I learning it from him, and I'm sure like after some time it will be it's just like very basic thing for you to draw. Where you try it again and again to, and really like with this effort to really get it like I do here. You see, like point of breaking down is not just be able to copy it from reference so it will look similar. Point of the breaking down is really understand how to redraw it. How can I redraw it myself? How can I achieve same quality? So like slowly, bit by bit, learning like one trick from one artist, other trick from other artists, practice it, repeat many times, and then it looks like you know it forever, like you're born with this skill. This is what I see a lot in my own experience. When you finally learn, like you spend years to learn some skill to develop it, and then you finally can draw something on a such level, and you see people like who never see your work before, right? They see it and they think you always and for you born kind of, you take pencil and immediately you can draw like this. You're just talented. So it's kind of illusion, and it's fine for viewers. No big deal. Like it's up to them. But problem is like sometimes a beginner artist will have this kind of idea, like will think like, okay, I look somebody draw so easy, so you must draw it fluently, or you will never draw it like this, like wrong understanding of how this like mastery built. But nobody born master. Everybody like develops this fluency, like we see um, dancers, or don't know, people riding bicycles on the mountain, or jumping, doing tricks, anything like at first looks like chunky, and like you are like a children, right? Like you first you barely can walk, and after you running, jumping, salto, and dancing, break dance. So to kind of encourage ourselves, we need to remind constantly ourselves that um, we always on a process to get and where we want to arrive. If we're not there yet, okay, we will be there. Uh, just need to more more effort. Maybe it's more effort than you expected, but um, when you will like, let's say, when you will do what must be done to get kind of to this level, you will be there. This kind of natural law, it's for sure. Sometimes it's not only repetition, of course, it's also about understanding like techniques, like this, like sequence or ideas. So for this, you need to read books, but you read books with this intent. You have this intent, you have this kind of goal in your mind, like which quality, which um, result you want. So this help you to find books, and this help you to really understand what they're talking about. Так, okay. and also like practice experience give you this ability to understand books, because sometimes like if you have not enough practice, book will just have not meaning for you at all. You will read this like say like okay, yeah, everybody know it. I don't nothing special here. uh and then after you like 10 year of practice, you read same book and it's like oh my god, so amazing information, like I wish um I understand it earlier. But earlier you don't understand it because you just don't have enough experience, and you don't really know what they're talking about in this book. Talking about all these levels and all this stuff is too abstract. It's like, come on, where will be fun stuff? Why all this boring thing? It's too abstract. It's too far from uh, real art. Okay. Yeah, I even like little overdraw it. I don't know, for example. So I use this, I don't know English how it's called, like rubber eraser. It's better to make it a little lighter, so it just will feel for like not so dirty to make ink. I prefer to this way. Okay, and now it's like super fun part is just enjoy drawing lines. But also what I will mention here. So it's let's say if we compare this to uh, bicycle acrobatics, let's say. Um, Bicycle acrobatics. Okay, I just like I never try, but I will like try use it as example. So there, no matter what kind of acrobatics you do, it's like foundation there is to have good movement tracking. So you kind of you have like very good movement reaction, and also like super important is like feel of balance, like coordination. So like if with very beginners with a bicycle, first we should to be able just at least to not fall down. So we have this like balance and coordination, so we can like keep this like very basic balance just to write. And then like on the more advanced levels, uh, people start to doing all these crazy tricks, jumps, salto with bicycle. But to make them be able to do these things, it's very much depends on a skill of this balance and tracking of the speed, right? So like how they will react to movement of their body and bicycle, so they will able to react in time and not like being too slow reacted, right? So similar here with the perspective, like first like very first level is just to understand how to draw basic landscapes, basic stuff in perspective, like street view, some boxes, some stuff, like kind of basic things. um, and then this skill, this knowledge of how to control space uh, goes underneath every drawing you do. So stronger you have foundational skill, more tricks, more complex tricks you can do. So you can see it with every artist, So uh, you see artists doing like very very cool fancy stuff. You see like, oh my god, so complicated, so complex, so many elements, so many details. It's like juggling all these elements, like he juggling it and he jumping and riding like motorcycle at same time and singing a song, So yeah, all this stuff became possible when you really really make strong foundations. So beneath your ability to be so flexible and so playful, kind of, with materials you work with, beneath this it's strong skill, strong foundational skill. So remember this, because like every time you practice basic skill, you make this foundation stronger for yourself to be able to make fancy things. So if less you practice foundational skill, less you able to draw something cool and fancy. This is how it works. So it's just it doesn't make you like immediately very cool artist, but this give you opportunity, give you possibility to make cool stuff. Without this, it just doesn't have like your experience, your skill of drawing very foundation things to apply foundational rules, foundational skills will limit you. So if you doesn't often practice foundational stuff, um, you will not so confident, and you will not have such like fluency and control over like this kind of subject. So back to bicycle. Let's say like if you still struggle with basic balancing bicycle, then you definitely cannot do like salto jumps. You will just like lose control immediately. This kind of principle is very basic, very. It should be like taught in a school, in a kindergarten. I don't know. Maybe now somebody teaches, but I never see somebody really explain this thing. How things works. I never hear nobody explain me this clearly, because it should be implanted in your head. It's really like say like, bro, listen, you want to do cool stuff? Okay, like develop really really solid foundation. Oh yeah, they teach it in a sport. So if you go somewhere like in a sport, or dancing or this kind of stuff, yes, there it's is main principle. This is how it works there. But then in other, let's say, parts of life, people doesn't mention it. It's so interesting. Also, often you can see children like in the high school, like who have sport experience, in children who just to sit at home every day, you can see this kind of difference generally between them. It's children who have this sport training, they have some kind of this concept of these principles. They have this idea of like self-discipline and developing foundational skills. And they even like they look more grown up. Mm, yeah, or like anything. So it's so cool, like when you get this realization. So like me, I was practice like guitar, playing guitar and sing, just just to have a good party with friends. So I think it will be cool to play guitar and sing songs. It was so crazy to learn how to play and sing at the same time. It feels like impossible, absolutely. It's like, how can you ever do this? Because it's like absolutely different things. You need to remember words. You need to kind of perform all this lyrics, all this stuff, and have control over your fingers while playing music. So at first it's just impossible. Then you say, okay, now it's possible, but still like a little slow. And then more and more more you practice, more it became natural thing, just normal thing to do. And then you can go to next levels. And then somebody who repeating this like thousands hours, like 10,000 hour play, um, they'll became like a maestro. And then they start to doing tricks. They start to do fancy stuff. They start to do these things which other people just um, never seen before. There's like, what is that? Like, there's kind of certain uh, hierarchy, let's say, of quality in the world, of something what people do. So just do something. It's already put you in a position like higher than people who never do anything. I mean, if it's possible, but let's say people who will not do something on their own without somebody give them a task. So many people, they just do something because somebody orders them or like give them command or say like, okay, now you um, entitled doing this stuff. And say, okay, I will do this because you say. But some people will do something because they choose to do this. So they say like for themselves, I wish I want to do this stuff, and he start doing things. And this already like put you in a position where like where it's not everybody there. It's not everybody want do what they want. like, I mean, do not like eat candies, but I mean, like, make something, learn something, do hard work, do work by decision, by your own will, kind of. This is already, let's say, like, first level of this kind of hierarchy. And then uh, somebody will like no, most of people, they will stay on a superficial level there, because it's hard to keep pace and um, persist persistence and fight with um, this kind of struggle and what's this word, how's this word, like, when you want to avoid work and just like keep slacking around. So everybody has this problem, and again, like, is lesser group of people who will push themselves to go in through this, so they will not procrastination. So everybody have problem with procrastination. So you it's everybody own problem, like, and less of people, again, it's like lesser group of people who will fight procrastination themselves without somebody control, just self-discipline, kind of say like, okay, I should do it because I choose it for myself, I choose this path, and if I want to get there, I should to focus and doing thing, not procrastinate all the time. And constantly fighting with these things, fighting with self-doubt, so procrastination, uh, anything, all these like desires and like distractions. So you focus on developing skills, on the practice essential foundations, and you get to this level, which is like fewer and fewer people is there. So it's like inner battle everybody have on their own. So everybody fighting with distractions, with procrastination, and we can see masters, this like people with a great skill, like virtuoso, maestro, masters, all these high achievers, whatever call it. It's the people who just more persistent than others. Others, they just like giving up, procrastinate. Like, what is procrastinate? Procrastinate is like, yeah, it's like kind of you're doing thing, but actually you're not doing much. You are more pretending like you're doing something. So it's like you can see people like going to gym and they're not focused. They're watching phones. They're making friends. All the stuff. Or you drawing and watch movie while you're drawing. So how much time actually you're drawing, without, no, if like, how much is quality time here, like, because you constantly like distracted by screen, you check your Facebook and whatever. So you can trick yourself, but you cannot trick nature, kind of laws of nature. So lack of skill will be, you cannot hide it. It's just what you have, what you gain, what you earn through hard work. This is what you have. Nobody can put it in you. This kind of stuff. And just like interesting, it's just important to understand this principle, just how it works in the world. It's everything like a real good quality. It's made by this. It's achieved through struggle and persistence and focus and decisions. Like you make decision, you choose to concentrate you no on your goals, and or maybe like sacrifice some other things which is not important for you. They might be fun, they might be interesting for some, for their kind of. But if you like, yeah, they're interesting, they're fun, but if like every day you wandering around instead of drawing, okay, this you what you will have. Just like that. And even it's very interesting, like let's say I was watch documentary about brain. Like I'm not sure like currently like what is theory around the memory, but there I was some like scientist talking about, neurobiologist talking about memory. So he say short memory, it's in our brain core. So like short memories mean like when you learning something, like how to drive car, for example, and you learning it, and you need constantly thinking about what are you doing. You need to control your actions. You need to verify. You need to control every move. So make sure like remember what you do, like and kind of you have a conscience control, and you need like check with your memory, like according to knowledge you just recently learned, right? So because this knowledge in your short memory, so you constantly like, kind of go look in there and check with your actions. So and more you do this, more you practice, more you apply this knowledge in your short memory, uh, faster this knowledge will go to your long memory. And the long memory, well, again, I'm not sure exactly how it's now theory, but this was scientist. He say long memory is not in the brain, it's in the DNA. It's like what? It's so crazy. Because what is mean? It's mean like if you're this no, and what is long memory, right? So long memory, it's this thing is like how to ride bicycle, right? So maybe at first you need to like this like control over your movements, then you'll know it forever. If you're not like have problem with alcohol or whatever, you will never forget it, kind of how to ride bicycle. It's just in your long memory. And or driving car, so you can drive car and you don't need to think anymore about this because you did it so many hours, so many times. And he say it's in the DNA. So what does mean? It mean you can um, give it to your children. So this how it works with children of parents who is like musicians or whatever. Like so, let's say your parents scientists, and now you have like this in your genes. You're born with the genes of scientists, and this give you this, like, yeah, you're not remember science because you not study it yet, but you already have this how to say, capabilities, kind of, they already in you. So it's like you already have this kind of bookshelves where you need to place this knowledge. You already have this space for a knowledge, so you don't need to, you need less force, less effort to organize this knowledge, because your body built in a way like this knowledge already been there. So it's so cool, it's so crazy. So when you making skill, you work for a future generations. You're not only make it for yourself. And if you're freaking alcoholic and punk, you give it to next generation too. They will need to start from the ground zero, kind of, you know. They will need to uh, struggle, like, from zero, and like in a world like where we have so many competition, all the stuff, like, and if, and also if like no have good like money ground or stuff, okay, so it's make it more and more problematic. So how say, like, develop your own long memory skills, like to shape yourself in a certain good quality form, is something like you make for future. It's like making further generations. It's so cool. Like my father wasn't like established artist, but he drew before, like in his life. So it's kind of example. I think like I have this interest for drawing from him. Yeah. So my mother, she was work all life teacher. Like she, no, like she was like work with children in kindergarten. She was director of kindergarten. So I have this kind of passion for education. So no, I love to learn, and it's fun for me to talk about this stuff, to teach. Like, no, no, I also have experience. I was work with children, teach and draw in Hong Kong. It's really fun, you know. I just have this kind of passion and drive. I have this drive for this thing. I just feel it, you know, like value maybe of this, like what is education. So definitely I think I get it from mother. So again, what we can see, this combination, like from father is like a drawing thing, and from mother, so it's like educational, pedagogical kind of stuff. Так, so here. Так. So here also interesting, again, it's so crazy. When you have this foundation with perspective, right? It's only one aspect of this, for example, drawing. Well, other, like, it's same important aspect here. It's two dimensional. Like, you should be able to forget is 3D here. You just look at lines. You don't know it's a space or something. You have no idea. You just see only lines, right? And this kind of um, shapes. So say we have this kind of shape, something. Then we have this some kind of shape. So with this kind of vision, Masamune Shirow, he make amazing, beautiful designs like this, like two-dimensional abstract compositions. So, and also we can see like similar with this example when Möbius. So here I was show last time, like we have like different level of two-dimensional elements. So one two-dimensional element is this like big tree trunk, right? It's huge. Then we have like second two-dimensional element. This like smaller tree trunk somewhere like behind. So let's say like this. Then what we start to see now, what we have. Every object is like form, right? And negative space. So we have this negative space. If we have like picture frame or a screen, it will be like this. It will be like framed with a picture frame, right? So this is design. So I make some kind of lines, and these lines they create shapes, and this shape of object, and also it's a shape of negative space around object. This is what every artist do, and this is what you do every time, even if you draw like 3D. So it's like this tree is also volumetric, right? So it also has this three-dimensional quality, but make it like groovy. It's two-dimensional like quality of composition. This is what make it for object groovy, and the whole composition look interesting. And then look what we have right now. We have, let's say, this object and the space around object. What happened in this space? So say, okay, maybe I put some other object here, and here I put some other object. So Möbius, he like put like uh, a second level, uh, uh like a another version of same tree. So we have this big tree, then we have like a smaller tree which is more far from this one, right? So and we can do this same tree like repeated couple times, and we can like keep putting this inside, something like this. It's like same second, right? So we have, and this is two-dimensional stuff. It's just like abstract design. And then again, we still have we still can look at this space, right? And keep like developing them. And also we can look in the space inside these spaces. So it's kind of like a fractal. It's like basic foundational idea, line and shape, right? And how complex it can be applied when we make some art. So actual application of simple rule, it's so versatile and so like multifaceted. You can do so many stuff with this idea, because there might be lines curved, lines can be like this. So we can do same picture, but with angular trees. And this will be different vibe. This will be like so crazy, like energy here. And you um, even if you like copy Möbius with different lines, like you convert curved line to angular lines. Okay, now you can call it your own artwork, and you will say it's like homage for Möbius. Just simple as that, you know. Um, so here, back to here. Okay, I can make like number 3 level, same form but smaller. So it will be like number 3. And then like what I do with that, try to kind of make some make it sound, you know, make it vibrate or whatever. Like I no, for myself, I don't have like much verbal explanation for this yet, but for me, this kind of two-dimensional thing, it's very much like you can feel it like a music inside, like a synesthesia. You just want to feel energy of it. You want to feel like, okay, it's like fast or slow, it's exciting or it's quiet, calm. And you just, if you feel it, okay, you can make something interesting with that. If you're just mixing random stuff without feeling, it never will be good. So that's why I say, okay, about this is for sure, it's very much important. It's like musical. You need to like rhythm you are making. It should be visually, like aesthetically, should be interesting for you. You don't find like, don't try to make to apply like much theory. Don't make it too theoretical, too like too much like, oh, I read so many book about psychology and how different shape was they like, oh, this will aggressive shape, this will be like um, comfortable shape, whatever, you know. I think this way is not really works is in the practice, or like when we make, when you study it's okay, yeah, when you study you can like, okay, this is how it works. But when you start to make your own thing, it's based on a feeling. I think only this way it will be really useful when you kind of making composition. Just you want to make sure you feel good about this, like it's make it like vibrate, kind of, you know, like something happen here, and you in this it's about uh, how I see it right now. Let's say I think it's totally like two-dimensional kind of thing. Three-dimensional, it's more just it's more like narrative and structural aspects. Two-dimensional is like it's actually what happened. Actually happen. It's some kind of marks ink on paper. So it's two-dimensional. So as artists, we kind of constantly keep in mind this controversial um, concepts. Like one concept, like we know it's a trick, we know it's illusion, it's no real thing. Like I don't try to make some city here. It's just I just placing marks on the paper. And on the other hand, I should really believe I'm making something real. So I kind of keeping these two things simultaneously in my mind. So, and if I want to make it works, I need to remember uh, I I'm making it this trick. I'm making like this, like a magician, you know. I want to trick people, so I want to manipulate their attention. I want to manipulate their emotions. I want to trigger them. So because this what I do. I use ink on paper to manipulate people emotions and attention, uh, like kind of brutal reality, kind of like this is like that. At the same time, I need to forget I'm doing this. I need to be like a children who play with this and believe it's a real, you know. So this kind of is important to do it simultaneously. Do see it as 3D and 2D simultaneously, or remember it's like abstract, total nonsense, and something real, like a world we're living in. You know, it's the same real, like me and you, kind of. Yeah, some philosophy here. Yeah, the whole situation is kind of surreal too, and I'm just sitting here talking with this screen. Yeah. Sometimes I just like think, okay, I need to talk something. Try find good words which will be not a waste of time, kind of. And there's always option like turn sound off and just watch drawing. So I just give more options. Can listen my like what's it called, my mind flow. Так. Yeah, so what we have, right? We have these shapes. So it's perfect analogy here with a tree. So tree, right? Like I showed before, big tree, smaller tree, big tree, smaller tree, kind of this. So we have like shape, space, but here it's not tree, it's something like a box, right? Like let's say like big box, other big box. It's still like kind of this square shapes, and then we have smaller box. Same idea like a forest, you know. So if you see this blame manga blame by Tsutomu Nihei, so he's like use this concrete construction like it's like metaphor for a jungle. There's like concrete jungles. Here is something like this, like a deep forest. So we have so or like look very. So we have these boxes. Then we have this box, and now we have this kind of space, right? Negative space between these four boxes. So how will I feel this? I can make here like city skyline, and here some this other boxes. So always this kind of principle, lines, shapes, uh, shape like object and negative space. It's like both, it's a shapes of negative space and the shape of object. It's super simple, and it's like deceivingly simple, because when you apply this, um, you need to apply it like very complex. More you make it complicated, more fun it to to observe, right? So complexity built on very simple things. Like same like music, right? Like music, they have like a limited amount of like here is something. Okay, so random. So have like limited notes, limited amount of like how it's called, uh, like what our ear can hear. It's also limited. And whole trick is just about how you play with that and how to play with that. Okay, here I have my theory for this. So my theory is it's always like good art based built on this mixture of abstract story and structure. So when they together, okay, it's very it's real art or great art, whatever. It's something essential. So like here, you see, all this time I talk about perspective, I talk about abstract dimensional composition, but all this time I draw in buildings and helicopters. These buildings have windows, have different like floors, roofs. So it's a three aspects. It's something like objective, like we can say, we can name, we can talk about, we can look at. We can look at helicopter, we can look at building, this building. Why we know this building? Because this building have windows, this building have roof, this building have doors and whatever, right? Some uh, elements, verbal elements, which is make it to be what it is. So, but if we just draw building and say like, okay, I draw a building, it's not art, right? So what make it art? It's make it art are like emotional aspect. Only emotional aspects. Okay, so just like emotionally drawn building. What? Okay. So what? So if we put some narrative like this building in certain situation, so something happened with somebody, or it's the best what we want. We want is being related to somebody like us. So somebody like in certain situation on this building, inside this building, whatever, right? So this why if we every time I do this kind of thing, like if I put somebody on a roof here, okay, it's already have more value for our brain because we're more related now for a picture because there's somebody like us there, So having helicopter, it's already very good because we kind of subconsciously we can put ourselves inside this helicopter. We can kind of imagine something like this possibly might happen. So it's more related to us. But if we put, let's say, like an open door here, so and here will be like somebody sitting inside this helicopter. It's immediately like much more interesting for people when you have people on the drawing. So me, if like I draw, oh, I learned it from drawing urban sketch outdoors. So if I just draw building, it's kind of not so interesting. Like, but if I draw people walking around building, is much more interesting. And if I like draw build people doing something, okay, now it's like almost like a scene from a movie, So yeah, so I talking about art and the house, right? So our brain want to look at something, so it always must be something, and but something without emotional context is not interesting. So it should be um, some attitude, some reaction inside, and um, all this stuff will work only if it will be organized certain way, and this is a structure part. So without structure we just cannot put anything together, so we need structure to build our image, to build song, to build drawing, to build animation or movie and music, anything. uh, so and so just this three element, it's all ingredients for any kind of art. Or also this black spots, right? So black spots is also two-dimensional abstract design. So here, two colors. Mhm. Oh yeah, this is so cool. Here have cars. So it's like a tunnel here. Mhm. So again, and see we have some space here, and I not only draw something here, it's not only like some elements of a building, it's also it's like three-dimensional form, like a cylinder or box, but it's also shapes and lines. So I'm thinking together all this. I want to draw something. I want to draw it correct in a perspective and make sure it's volumetric, and I want to make sure it's interesting. It's interesting design. Yeah, I say make some interesting design. Let's put more pressure on me. Does look boring. Okay. Wales is also experience. So now again vanishing point here. So we'll make some clouds just because I like to draw some clouds. So you see now I just it's like make some put some cosmetic over all this stuff. So in this is like pretty much abstract. So I kind of like see where I can add some elements so it will not overwhelm but make it more interesting and like maybe like make it more um, striking. And again, you see, I think about my drawing like it's my own drawing. Even if I work from reference, I make this picture on myself, kind of. So um, I think about it if like I draw it just by myself. So because my goal is to um, eventually be able to do this, to so I want to make this practice be as close as possible to my personal drawing process. So a lot of elements here they don't look same. Like also because I use different pen, I don't use G pen, so maybe I don't want to draw all these lines for building behind. I don't know, maybe I just more lazy. I don't really draw all these lines for buildings far away. It's too much. But I see what I can take from his drawing, which will improve this drawings that I already have here. So maybe some vertical line, maybe some black spot somewhere. Maybe some this element on the roof. And so I will have better abstract kind of situation. So I will see like a final result without this pencil marks, so I can see more clearly what to add to finish this drawing. Terminator line. Dun, 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 dun. So you can also see this kind of hatching on his helicopters is also abstract technique. It's just this hatching give it more like a materialistic, down to earth feeling. It's like have start to have this kind of scratchiness, like if it have some imperfect surface, um, you know. Black shadow here. Make it heavier also. Mm-hmm. Easy, good. Later, later. So good. Want attention. What? Okay, so this building will be last. Just make some. It's take a lot of time to put the small details. That's why I'm doing this now and saying like, okay, it's definitely not part of my style. Next time I will avoid. Okay. gray. Super light and gray. Okay, so finish for today. Let's kind of break down today's picture and talking a lot. So write me comments. What do you think and what do you want to see in the next videos? I have plenty more Masamune Shirow and other artists. We'll keep doing breakdowns and yeah, when I have more time I will make some more focused tutorials like I have already about perspective, and I will do tutorial about Boolean operations and maybe like, yeah, like drawing vehicles.